Hello everyone, it's Rockrin. I'm coming to you with another video, and today, I don't know, of all the days of the week, I want to talk to you about the Stargirl show on DC Universe. From what I understand, it's also on the CW the next day, but on DC Universe, there's no commercials, and there's no commercial breaks, so I know it's like $9 a month or something, $8.50, I think. $7.99 plus tax comes out around $8.50. Anyways, I've watched every episode on that app because I've been a subscriber since day one, and well, because I love the DC universe. But right now, everything coming out of DC Comics seems to be fucking trash. Anyways, the app is great. All the comics are a year behind, so you're not up to modern day nonsense. And the Wildstorm is there, which Warren Ellis and John Davis Hunt killing it month by month. I'm a few months behind, but I'm going to catch up. I just saw the new one, like when I checked out the service this morning. I said, oh wow, there's a new one. And I know I'm a couple months behind. So anyways, this is about Stargirl though, and the DC Universe app, which from what I understand, is going to run concurrently with HBO Max. Now you might wonder, why the hell would they do that? Why would they keep their content separate? Well, I think it has a lot to do with the comic books and the comic book nature of the DC Universe app. It's not just the original shows and the movies and stuff. It's the, 30,000 comic books that are available here. I think that has a lot to do with it. Anyway, Stargirl. I did a kind of review of episode 1, and I haven't reviewed episode 2 and 3, but this is going to be my episode 2 and 3 review. This show's awesome. Trials and tribulations of a young superhero that is brash, unwilling to listen, and always thinks she knows better than the adults, until she finds out she isn't. This is when you learn things, right? When you put yourself in danger and you find out that you were wrong. And, this 15-year-old girl is learning these lessons. She had to watch one of her new friends die because of what she's done. Because I'm not trying to spoil anything. But over 3 episodes, she overcomes adversity and in a spectacular way and doesn't learn anything. And in the next episode, she gets her ass fucking destroyed and then has to watch as the bad guy kills someone she knows. And I tell you this, this is good storytelling. She's brash, she's reckless, she's a teenage girl, and she built herself a costume in episode 2, and she's like, I gotta protect my identity, and so I can, her stepdad, Pat, he's built a giant robot that he rides around in, called, what she called it, Stripe, and, it's an acronym for, Stargirl's fucking, sidekick, whatever. It didn't sound cool to me when she said it, but he's been integral to the show. This is played by Luke Wilson, the lesser known of the Wilson brothers, Owen being very popular. I don't even know why. I guess that scar on his face, and his natural attitude, I guess. I don't know. He's been in a lot of movies, a lot of successful movies. Owen Wilson, not Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson is in one of my favorite movies, and he's the straight man in that movie. Old school. He plays the foil towards all the wackiness of Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell. It's great. He's great. I love Luke Wilson ever since I saw that movie. Seen a few other things with him in it, and he's always good. But now in Stargirl, he's like the rock of the show. He's the one that you want to watch. Now, it's going to come off. No, I'm not going to let it. Fuck you. Eat a dick, SJWs. They moved to Nebraska, and I think in my previous review, it is the most diverse town I've ever seen. I live in a small town in Arizona, and it ain't as diverse as Blue Valley, Nebraska. Just saying. Now, if they're going for woke points or whatever, I don't care. I don't care. I can't care. Because the writing's good, the story's good, the acting's good. Everyone is playing their role the right way. So far, through 3 episodes. And of course, Courtney, at the end of episode 3, hasn't learned her lesson. She goes to the Hall of Justice, which Pat showed her in reverence of the heroes of yore. He was part of it. He's Stripesy. He was Star Spangled Kid's sidekick. He's a somebody. And she sneaks over there with the cosmic rod. She flies over there, I should say, not sneaking. Flying over there. And grabs the Green Lantern. Grabs the Thunderbolt's pen. Grabs... I don't remember if she took Dark Midnight's owl. But she just goes in there and grabs all these artifacts of the superheroes. Of yore. Like all the stuff that Stripesy was able to save, after the Justice Society was completely murdered by the Injustice Gang, or whatever they call themselves. And, she just gets a duffel bag and fills it with all these artifacts that were left there. And, to me, it's incredibly disrespectful. And she doesn't have any friends, so who's she going to give the stuff to? That's really my issue with it. I mean, she had a bunch of friends that were athletic, heroic, but it's just the 3rd episode. She doesn't know anybody. And, I think, like, Az over at Heels vs. Babyface said, they're fast-tracking the character, and she's going to fast-track every other character. Now, I don't know if she got the Miraclo pills of Our Man, but I hope she did. And I guarantee she's going to give it to a girl. Our girl. And the gay guy is going to become Doc Midnight, or, it's... But I don't know this. I honestly don't know this. I'm just surmising that it's going to go the Batwoman route. But it's a DC Universe show first. And DC Universe hasn't fucked around. They don't fuck around. Like, if you watch Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing, Titans, what is it? I'm blanking. It's about the teen superheroes. Like, an animated one. Young Justice, Season 3. Yeah, they don't fuck around with those characters. They don't fuck around with them at all. They treat them as, like, real people. And they go on real adventures that are life and death. They're trying to save as many people as they can. Yeah. No, the thing about the DC Universe shows is they take them seriously. Now, I know everyone saw that fuck Batman scene when Dick Grayson said that after he kicked a bunch of dudes' asses. Brutally kicked a bunch of dudes' asses in an alley. That was Dick trying to get away from the brutality of Batman. He just doesn't know how. And by the end of the season, he's burned his Robin suit. He doesn't want to be the guy that Bruce raised, because Bruce raised him to be brutal. See, if you don't know this, you're not going to understand. I know to a lot of people they spin wheels on that show, but it's all character moments. It's building the characters. Like, you go, like, where's the action? They're building characters. They're building up the characters. You get to know the characters. You get to see the characters when they're not in action, and you get to see them when they are in action. And the Doom Patrol show is a lot about finding out who you were. You find their origin stories. And Brendan Fraser as Cliff Steele, the Robot Man, is the most tragic. Well, no. They're all tragic. Every one of them. And DC Universe is a better app than it gets credit for because nobody... And here's the thing that I like the most about it. You can sub for 1 month and just binge. But if you're sub for a year, like me, every weekend you have something to watch. And every day there's, well, I don't know. There was a show I used to like a lot on there. It was a daily show. And it was, there was a couple comic book writers. There was internet celebrities. And, just kind of people there talking about comics and DC Universe. And then it started to get super woke. And I don't know. Since the quarantine, I've really enjoyed the content. Because, they're not in the same room. And I don't know, they fanboy and fangirl over everything. And that's fine. That's how I want my internet celebrities to act. I mean, if I met Frank Miller, well, not me today, but if I was 20 years younger, I'd probably freak out. Now today, I'd probably shake his hand, buy him a cigar and a beer and hang out. And just talk, like regular people about what's happening right now. Yeah, he wrote some of my favorite comics. But that doesn't matter anymore. That was fucking 35 years ago. He's just a guide to me now. But 35 years ago, when I was a 15-year-old kid, hell yeah, Frank Miller's my man. Can't wait to meet him. And Zach from Comics Matter with your boy Zach has a video on his channel where he meets Frank Miller. And they just talk like normal humans. Fucking great. Anyhow, DC Universe is a fantastic app if you love comics that are made by DC. If you don't, well, you're not going to enjoy it as much as I do. And the movies and stuff that are on there, they're all, of course, DC related. Problem I have with it is things come and go. I don't know why. I mean, can't they just host everything all the time? And that's my feeling about the DC Universe app. It shouldn't be like Netflix or HBO Max. It should be, this is a fucking, excuse my language, this is an app for all DC fans. Everything DC is here. Everything DC is here. And it's not. HBO Max is Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman, Man of Steel. No, I don't think they have Man of Steel. They have Aquaman. And that's not on the DC Universe app, and that makes me sad. Because this is a place that should be hosted. This is the place, like, okay, I'm a fan of the DC Universe. I go to all the movies. I go to, I buy all the comics. I'm always online talking about DC Comics. Where do I go to, which app do I buy? DC Universe or HBO Max? Of course I'm going to buy DC Universe, right? It's got the name and everything, and the logos and everything is here. But not the CW shows, they're not here. And those are all licensed to Netflix for a while. And the movies, modern ones, I should say, ain't here. But the old ones were. Superman being like the best superhero movie ever. To me, and it's just my subjective concept here. Superman, the movie, is the best superhero movie ever made. Now, it was made in the late 70s, and it doesn't hold up to modern people, but it holds up to me, and that's what matters. I mean, Christopher Reeve makes you believe a man can fly. And you know the Superman story. it's played perfectly. There's no, like, I love the Man of Steel. I love that movie, Man of Steel. It's such a different take. And I love the idea that it's different. And that Kryptonians come down in the very first episode. I was sad that Lex Luthor wasn't the villain, though. Lex, in the old stories, Lex grows up in the same town as Clark. But, in the movie, Man of Steel, and in Superman the movie, they don't know each other from, a very young age. And that might be a new thing that I don't know about, but I remember reading old comics where, like, there was a fire in Lex's lab, and Superboy, used his super breath to, like, blow the fire out, and also took off all of Lex's hair. And he's hated Superman, ever since. Now, I could be wrong, and that could be a retcon, that could be something drawn in an old style. I don't know. But I didn't want this to be a DC Universe review because there's already one up on my channel. But this is a Stargirl episodes 2 and 3 review. And the villains are more human than the heroes on Stargirl. And they're more fleshed out, and you feel more for them throughout the whole show. Until they get defeated. But they all have real feelings and emotions, and they're all trying to do what they think is best, even though they're evil. I can't stress that enough. These people are evil. But they're trying to do their best to make the world a better place as they see it. This is something I've been working on for like 10 years in the story. And the Justice Society went up against them to stop them from destroying the world. And they all got crushed and destroyed. Our man might be the only one that's still alive, and he might be the janitor at the high school. I don't know. There's a curious dude at the high school there. You have to watch the show. It's on the CW and it's on the DC Universe app. So I would suggest to everyone that watches this that, $8.50 ain't that much. Check out the DC Universe app. You can binge watch Doom Patrol, which I strongly suggest. I watched it week to week, and it's like my favorite thing. But I haven't binge watched it. And I'm thinking, like, tonight, after work, I'm going to get back to it. Because Season 2 starts at the end of the month. And I want to be up to date. I remember how it ended. But all the stuff that happened in the middle. It's like 15 episodes. It's a long watch. 15-hour-long episodes. Now, Stargirl, on the other hand, is just 3 episodes so far. Out of like 10, I think, is all that's planned for the season. So, and again, they come out weekly. I think Sundays or Mondays they show up. And Harley Quinn, holy shit. Now, we're getting off topic again. But the Harley Quinn show has been amazeballs. I don't like using that term, but it's over the top, action-packed, F-bombs left and right, blood, guts, gore. It's animated, of course. But it's a shit. And this season has, since Harley killed the Joker, at least she thought so, she's been having a lot of feelings towards Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy and Kite Man are like a thing, and they're going to get married, and they love each other. And the last couple episodes have been incredibly sad for Harley. Like, not for me, but for Harley. I can feel for her. Unrequited love sucks. And yeah, she's in love with a green girl. But that green girl's in love with a dude. So what do? I don't know. We're going to find out on Friday, which is today. Holy shit. I'm going to leave the video right here. Check out DC Universe. I guarantee you there's something for you. And I'm not a shill. I'm not getting paid. There's no ads before my video about this, like I've seen so many times before. There's no ads for this. This is just me honestly saying I love the service because I love DC Comics. I'm just totally upset with where they're at right now, currently in the world. But the service is awesome. And HBO Max ain't got all this. HBO Max has Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman v Superman, but not the Ultimate Edition, which is a huge oversight on their part. And they're going to get the Snyder Cut before DC Universe does. So I'm imagining this app is going to end before the Snyder Cut comes out. But we have over 30,000 comic books here for people to read. I don't know what the engagement level is on the comic books on this app. I don't know. I know for me, it's something I tried to do. And then, the comic book reader fucking sucks. It needs an upgrade. It needs an update. It needs an update bad. Halfway through a book, you'll just get like Alfred standing there going like, oh, we had an issue. And there's nothing you can do. You can't, like, you can exit the book, come back. Alfred's standing there. From the animated series, by the way. And, you know, he's like, you know, we have a problem here. It's very windy where I'm at right now. Hope you can enjoy the nature. Sorry about all the empty beer bottles and cans and stuff in your view. But, you know, that's how things go in these nature trails. Anyways, I guess that's the end of the video. DC Universe, if you see this video, fix your comic book reader, like ASAP. That is my biggest problem I have with your app. Because it fails so much on Wi-Fi and on data. And even now if I download a comic, it does the same fucking shit. It's awful. You gotta fix that shit. And it's been over a year and a half. Holy moly. They haven't fixed that shit. Okay, well, I guess I gotta write a letter to, well, an email. I don't want to write a letter. Send an email to him and tell him to fix that shit. Anyhow, this is Rock Crin saying, check out Stargirl. If you don't have DC Universe app and you have cable, watch the show on the CW. I think it airs on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'm not sure. I think the new episode hits the DC Universe app on Monday, and then it would be on, again, I don't know. This is one thing I don't know anything about. But I have HBO Max, and I have DC Universe. I paid for both of them this week. And, yeah. HBO Max doesn't have all the DC stuff. It does have a DC button, though, you can click on, but it doesn't have Constantine, which I think you should watch, even though there's no fucking payoff, and that's something I hate. And of course, the CW shows aren't on there, so you can't catch up with the character on Legends of Tomorrow like you'd want to. Again, this is me calling out DC Universe. Fix that shit. DC, Warner Brothers, AT&T, get all the shit on one platform, please. Now, I want HBO Max to not have the DC comic stuff. I know it's part of their brand and all that, but I think if you leave it over here on the DC Universe app, you'll make double the money. It just makes sense to me. Put all that shit over here on this app, and you'll get your $15 a month from the HBO people, and the Harry Potter people, and their originals people, and the Adult Swim people, and the Looney Tunes people, and the Studio Ghibli people. I'm telling you, there's a lot on HBO Max. They don't need DC too, except the Snyder Cut. That has to debut on HBO Max, otherwise it's going to totally fail. I ramble for too long. This is 25 fucking minutes. Shit. I was just the plan was to talk about Stargirl episodes 2 and 3. But the DC Universe app is fucking awesome. I want more people to sub. I mean, as soon as I got it, I shared it with a friend. I was like, dude, check this out. He's like, I don't care. I just want to watch Teen Titans. I was like, well, watch Teen Titans then. Watch Young Justice then. It's there. I mean, but Warner Brothers DC have put their shit out all over the place. Just in an attempt to make money. I get it. When they brought Krypton Season 1 to the app, I hadn't seen an episode, so I was really happy because I wanted to check it out. I was just like Gotham. Just like Gotham, I was like, I don't want to watch a Superman show without Superman. I don't want to watch a Batman show with no Batman on it. What am I doing? Why am I wasting my time here? And again, we're hitting 26 minutes, but Krypton, 10 episodes, so easy to digest, and so amazing. They killed it in that first season, and they got a second one, and I got to see the first episode here on DC Universe, and then we're waiting patiently for DC to get the rights back. Yeah, it's all the stupid shit that they got themselves into. Warner Brothers Media is possibly the worst business model of all time. And that's just me, again, going near 30 minutes. Stargirl, check it out. On the CW, on the DC Universe app. On the DC Universe app, there's no commercials. There's no, there's a paywall. It's $8.50, but there's a 7-day free trial. Click on that button and watch Stargirl, Doom Patrol, Titans, Swamp Thing. If that's all you want, to see the originals, here's the thing. Watch Harley Quinn. It's not done yet, right? And they got a couple more episodes to go, but you can watch the whole first season. They're like 25-minute episodes. Not hard to get through. If you stay to the end of this video, I'm letting you know there's a 7-day free trial of DC Universe. And after that, it's like $7.99 a month, which comes out to around $8.50, at least here in Arizona. I don't know what the taxes are where you live, and here's another thing that they dropped the fucking ball on. It's not international. See, I can continue to praise and shit on. Ugh. Anyhow, I was about to end the video, and then I had to fucking realize that it's not international. People in Japan don't have access to it. I know a guy that lives in Japan. He wants to see this shit, and he can't without pirating it. And he feels terrible about that. These are his favorite superheroes, but he lives in another country, and Warner Media, get this. Here, I'm going to go on another rant. Fucking Disney Plus is everywhere. It's every fucking where. HBO Max, only in North America, 90,000 downloads. That's it. That's all it managed on day one. 90,000 downloads on day one. Quibi, international, day one, 340,000, and nobody watches it. There's nothing to watch on Quibi. But they did have a 90-day free trial. That's something, right? Now, I love HBO Max. I've watched so many fucking movies on there. It's way better than Netflix right now for classic movies and modern movies. Get this. This is something so weird to me. Disney owns Fox, right? Fox made all the X-Men movies. Dark Phoenix, I can watch it on HBO Max. Just saying. I know nobody liked that movie but me and my friends. But it's available for us to watch on HBO Max. Tell me that ain't weird. But it's all about licenses and it's all about that shit. Because HBO gets every movie that plays in theaters. They get it all after, 6 months. And so, I'm very stoked to have HBO Max. I'll never have to, leave my home. You look out here. This is where I live right now. It's very windy. It's nice. It's nice and cool out here. Even though it's over 90 degrees outside, it's wind's blowing, the clouds are up. Just saying. Let's check the time. I gotta go to work soon. Oh shit. Well, this is about the perfect time to end this video. I love you all. Be safe out there. Take care of each other. And, fragaboom.